right, I think we are live. Oh, it's linking still. The app is linked. We're waiting on Facebook now. Awesome. If you're in the app, welcome. How is everybody doing? I feel like I've been gone forever, which I kind of sort of have. Okay, it's not, oh, there we go. We are now linked. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody is having a great week. Can you believe it is September? It's amazing to me that it's actually September. Hey, Kim, thanks for joining us today. We're glad you're here. I'm happy to be back. This summer I have been gone more than I've been here between a brand new grandbaby and our anniversary trip to Germany. We've been gone 5 of the last 7 weeks. Can you believe it? Anyway, we had a great time. We got back to Tucson Monday night and we've been going full bore. And it's me and Carl tonight doing this fun show for you. Connie, how you doing? Hey, Naomi. Hi, Carrie Jean. So glad you're all joining us tonight. As you come in and say hi, pop in and tell me where you are watching from tonight. We'd like to know where around the country you may be tuning in from. In Arizona, it is hot, hot, hot. We are looking at 100+ degrees for the weekend. After the cool and humidity of Germany, I'm not really liking that, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, summer is over. Yes, it is. This is the last true weekend of the summer. Anybody have some great Labor Day party plans? Personally, I will be doing paperwork, catching up from vacation. I've had all that fun I can afford. Hey, Carrie Jean joining us from Tucson. That's awesome. So glad to have you here. So let's go over some housekeeping. If you haven't joined us before, what we need you to do is, if you are watching us on the Facebook, you'll need to type in the word register. I'm hoping that is showing up normally and not backwards the way it's showing to me. Hang on a minute, let's see what comes up. So you'll need to type this in the comments. So type in register. Hey, Michelle. Oh, good. I think it's looking normal to you. To me, it looks backwards. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, type in the word register. This will create an account for you. But we found out today that when you create that account, you need to confirm it. So if you have done that before and had problems getting the sale to recognize when you post sold on something, go to this website here, which is cactusquiltshop.commentsold.com. You can see that, cactusquiltshop.commentsold.com. It'll take you to a screen that looks like this, and you're going to log in with your Facebook account and link and confirm your account when you get in there. If you do that, then Messenger and Facebook know who you are and know that you want to have an account. So it's basically a double check to make sure that you want to have that account. So type register if you haven't joined us before. There's a lot of you who have unconfirmed accounts, so go in and make sure that your account is confirmed. Otherwise, it won't actually give you a cart tonight. We found out that that's maybe been some problems over the last couple of weeks. Isn't technology wonderful? We're still learning all sorts of things with this. So anyways, once you've typed in register, as we put up items, you should be able to see across the top here a little bubble, and it says comment and then sold with a number. And then there's a picture and a price. And so that is something that you are interested in, you are gonna type exactly this, the word sold, a space, and then the 3-digit number. It has to go in just like that. If you don't do the space, it won't recognize it, okay? So I need you to do it just like that. Now the little bubble right here has the little quote signs. You don't need those. That's just to tell you this is what we're doing. So just like that. As always, we are happy to offer flat rate shipping to those of you who are away from the Tucson area. And, oh good, everybody's saying they can read, yay. If you're away from the Tucson area, it's $7.50 flat rate to the lower 48, okay? If you are within what you consider acceptable driving distance to my shop on Oracle and Rudisill in Northwest Tucson, go ahead and choose local pickup. If you're not close enough to the shop for a reasonable drive, don't pick that option. If you're in Ohio, that might be a little expensive with the price of gas right now. And all the people on the road this weekend, not a good idea. However, we would love to see you some other time if you're planning a trip out here in the winter time. We'd love to have you drop in. Anyway, flat rate shipping for those of you who are away from Tucson, $7.50. Or if you're close to Tucson and can drive to the shop, we offer local pickup. Make sure you look at that as you're checking out. Now, as you put items in your cart, you have 2 hours to check out, just 2 hours. So keep that in mind. What will happen is if you don't check out in 2 hours, it'll cancel the cart and it goes away, okay? Now, one thing to remember too, you can shop the replay. It will, it goes through a technology process and then it'll post a replay. So I'm not sure exactly how long that takes. Sometimes it depends on how long our live goes. So be watching for that. The other thing, I would really love it if you guys could help me out. We're trying to grow this fun little evening. And so if you could share this live, we would really appreciate it. That will help us get out to a wider audience and have some fun and grow the shop and be able to offer more things as we go forward too. The bigger we get, the more we can offer. So it'll be great. All right, so has anybody got any questions about how to shop tonight and how to purchase? If you have a question, go ahead and pop it in the comments or say, no, I'm good, let's get shopping. Where are we at, guys? All right. So one of the very first things I wanted to show you was something that just came into the shop this week. It's not a project for you to make, it's a project, it's already done, but it's so cute. It's a utility belt. I'm gonna apron. So I'm gonna stand over here like this so I can see what I'm doing. Now they're all different, okay? So we've got several different ones and I couldn't figure out a way to make it that. So last week we had a conundrum, and this week's conundrum is, if you order the apron, this is what you'll get, but it may not be these fabrics. Maybe it will be these fabrics or something even different, but aren't these adorable? My staff is wearing these, and because it has, look here, has a little lanyard to hook something on. It's got several pockets, so if you're crafting or cleaning or whatever, it can go in there, and you can go put things in. I'm just seeing a question from Connie. The app should be live. I'm hoping it's live. I hope it's live. Let me know if you've got the app. Let me know if you're on the app. You can find our app in Google Play or the App Store as Cactus Quilt Shop, okay? And it does connect to the app a little bit quicker than it does for Facebook for whatever reason. Go figure what technology does. But anyways, this item here is sold $101 and the price is $37.50, and it's absolutely darling. I mean, these are so cute and so useful. And like I said, you've got the little hook, you've got a little lanyard here with a ring, you've got several pockets of different sizes, and really make this a fun thing for crafting, for cleaning, for whatever. But it's really, really cute. So it's $37.50 for the apron. And like I said, our conundrum this week, if you were watching last week, we had a conundrum of a mystery. Oh, good. Carrie Jean's on the app live. Awesome. Thank you, Carrie Jean. That lets us know. But the conundrum is you'll get the apron, but you won't know exactly which fabrics are. So a little bit of mystery that way. A little bit of fun. Living a little dangerously, are we? All right. All right. Let's move on to our next item. Again, that is sold 101, $37.50 the apron. Our next item is sold 102, and it's our fat quarter bundle for Finch and Fern. And Carl's going to bring it over to me here in just a minute. And we've got it done up in our curated little tulip. Don't you love the tulip? Who loves the tulip? I lost you. Uh-oh. Hang on a second, guys. There we go. I lost the feed. Anyway, we came up with this idea for a little tulip. Michelle found it online, and we've been having so much fun selling our fat quarter bundles as tulips. So each one of these is a fat quarter. There are 7 in our tulips, and they're tied up with a cute little bow. This is Finch and Fern, and these fabrics, Naomi said, they feel amazing. Oh my gosh. If any of you have felt Australians, these feel every bit as good as an Australian. These are so awesome, and you can see these beautiful colors. They are so gorgeous to the touch. And look, there's little, you can't see it in that unfortunately, but there's little birds, little finches in there. And these are all coordinating fabrics. This is Finch and Fern. Can't remember. Oh, Naomi, is it R&B Studios? Is that who it is? I think so. But they are so smooth and so nice to feel. And yeah, Laura, they are absolutely fabulous. We are totally in love with these. So this is sold. I lost my number. Sold 102, $29.99, 7 fat quarters. All right. Okay. All right. Any questions on that? We'll move on then. So it is that time to be getting our Halloween going, and we have got a really cute little kit, and it's all in a wonderful little box. There you can see it. Don't have a sample up of this, but there you can see it pretty close in. There you go. This is called Ghostly Greetings. So you've got a panel and then all the fabric to make the borders. So this is something that you can put together pretty quickly. If you've got a quilting friend who loves Halloween, this might be a wonderful, wonderful gift for Halloween. We've got some of our staff members love Halloween. I've got a sister-in-law who loves Halloween, and Courtney, one of my store associates, that's her favorite holiday. And so it is coming up really quick. This kit will measure out at 48 by 64. 48 by 64 finished. The kit has all the fabrics for the top and the binding, and it includes the pattern. So it has everything you need to do a Halloween project right now. Courtney's trying to make me laugh and doing funny dances. We love Courtney. Anyways, if you want to buy the Ghostly Greetings, look up here. It will say Ghostly Greetings Kit. Now this is on sale. This kit's usually $100, and it is on sale tonight for $89.99, so it's a good deal. Pick that up, and it's sold 103. Sold 103. Hey, Linda. So in the Facebook, you need to type sold 103, but one of the benefits of the app is that you can just touch the picture and tell it to put it in the cart. It's really kind of nice, and it's easier to see what's going on because you can actually go back on the app and see what we've been showing. So if you're just joining us now and you're on Facebook, if you haven't shopped with us before, hit register. Now if you have and you haven't confirmed your account, you need to go to cactusquiltshop.commentsold.com and confirm your account. It'll take you to a website like this. You'll go in and with your Facebook page and confirm your account, okay? Otherwise, it won't create a cart for you when you type sold. We learned that today, but we got it fixed, and thanks to Pamela Goliath for bringing that to our attention, because I didn't realize that had happened. So anyway, moving on. Let's see what's coming up next. Oh, great tool. No, it's the pins. They're not in order. I'm screwing Carl up. We're not doing the order, and we're having some fun, and now he doesn't know when to grab things. Anyways, these are ABC 123 cool pins. They come in the case, and each pin, I don't know if you can see that there, probably not, but each pin head is labeled with a 1, 2, or 3 or an ABC. So when you're putting your units together and you need to keep track of what's what, this makes it so nice. This you can actually then write on your pattern or wherever. A is this, B is that, and you put your pin in, and now you know. How many of you are put it together and then go, or you put a sticky on it and it falls off? Have you ever done that? I am guilty of that. I have put a sticky on and it falls off, and then I'm in a real hurt. So these are a great tool to help you with that. And these are comments sold 105, sold 105, and the price on these is $27.99. Yep. $27.99, and it comes in the pin with the pin heads, and they are also heat resistant. So that's part of why they're a little bit more expensive. They are heat resistant, so if you're ironing and maybe doing some applique and things like that, and you're needing to iron, these are heat resistant, and they will stay heat resistant up to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? It says it right there on the pattern, and these are by Gypsy Quilter, okay? So it comes just like this, cool pins, ABC 1, 2, 3, great for keeping your units together and keeping you organized while you're trying to get those quilts put together. All right. So this is a fun basic coming up next. The Bella Solids. Holidays are coming. We all need lots and lots and lots of white. So we put our Bella Solids white. Oh, lost our little tag there. Up today, and it's actually on sale. It's normally $44.99, but it's on sale today. Comment sold only for $39.99. Sold 106. Sold 106. This is all white. This is a 10-inch layer cake by Moda, so it's a Bella Solid by Moda, and it's pretty white. And this has 42 10-inch squares. So anybody can do the math and let you know how much fabric that really is. I never do the math very well. Who does math well? I've gotten much better at it. So these are really great to have on hand, because there's always times when you need just that little more white, or you're putting together flying geese, or you're putting together half square triangles, and you just need that. You need white. And so this is a wonderful thing for the stash, and it's on sale tonight, $39.99, regularly $44.99, so save $5 on this tonight. Bella Solids Layer Cake White. Layer Cake White, sold 106. Sold 106. Okay. So this is also the little tags. Merry Christmas ones. All right, thank you. So when you're doing your little projects, well, one of them is going to be upside down because that's how they're in the package. So don't think your eyes are freaking you out. But look at these little tags. Aren't they? Oh, I can't get there, otherwise you won't have a light on them. Aren't they so cute? Little tag that you can tag it on to your little project and put it on there. One says Merry Christmas. The other says Happy Holidays. See that? Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. Oh, I'm getting too close past my light. All right. These are cute little tags to add to any project, personalize it up a little bit, make, make it just that little bit more. These are packaged just like this, and it is $4.95. I'm not sure how many are actually in there. Looks like there's maybe 10, right around 10, just as a quick glance there. But these are really fun. They're sold $107, sold $107, but we have some variances on there. So anyway, we also have, look at this, Hugs and Kisses XOXOXO. Isn't that cute? Can't you just see putting this on? You just tuck that right into the binding as you're doing the binding and put the tag on the back, on the front, wherever you want. But for a child's quilt or for a family member's quilt.
Hugs and Kisses.
Hugs and Kisses. Carl's hugging and kissing me over here. All right, Hugs and Kisses. This is a great little tag. Oh, it's actually 12 count. $4.95. So they're just a few cents each. Great way to personalize that little, give that little extra, especially on those baby quilts and children's quilts and grandchildren's quilts. And then we have one more of that is sold $109. Sold $109, and this one says, "Somebody cares inside a heart." Isn't that precious? I think that's just so precious. So sold $109 for Somebody Cares. Somebody cares. All right, how's everybody doing out there? Drop a comment in. And I'm seeing where I saw where Carrie was from Tucson, but where are the rest of you watching from tonight? I'd like to see how far out we are. It's great to have you here. Oh, there's the Hugs and Kisses. 108 across the top, there you can see it. And there's the Somebody Cares. 109. All right, now we've got a really fun kit. It is more of the finches and ferns, but it's called a quick kit because some of the cutting is already done for you, especially the circles. It is so cute. All right, this is Bird Haven Quick Kit. And it's the Finch and Fern fabric, but see, look, your circles are already cut. Isn't that fabulous? No worry about needing a circle cutter, but look at this absolutely adorable quilt. I'm a house nut anyway, but with these little bird houses, don't you think this is absolutely darling? I think this is so cute. But it's pre-cut. So a lot of your pieces are already cut for you. So that's why it's called a quick kit. It speeds up the process, and these are so fun. They've got rectangles in here and your circles are already cut. There's 151 pieces in this kit. And it is RB Studios, and it has a finished size of 52 by 52. But your cutting is already done. So I think this is really fun to have your cutting already done for you, and these adorable birdhouses. I think it's such a cute quilt. Such a cute quilt, and the fabrics are just beautiful. And this is those fabrics that feel so silky, smooth, and soft. And they're just lovely. So this is also on sale tonight. It's $94.99. Can't remember what the price was, but I know I put it on sale. I think it was $102 or something like that. So this is, oh, it was $100, yeah, it was $102. I just saw the price on the back. So this was regularly $102. It's on sale tonight, comment sold only, for $94.99, and it's sold $104. $104. We are going out of order. That's okay. $104. You can see it up here. All the pieces are cut for you. Foundation, paper piecing, or traditional piecing? Good question, Kim. Let me take a look here. This says sewing machine, sewing supplies, batting, double-sided fusible material. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. I'll have to do some research and see if I can find out, and I'll post it. Yeah, just detailed instructions. But these quick kits are really fun where the cutting's already done for you. This looks to me like it's going to be applique, quite frankly. It's what it looks like to me, because everything's already cut. So if you look at this pattern, I think it's going to be applique. What do you think? Anybody agree with me? Yeah, I agree, Kim. It sounds like applique. Yep. All right, so sold 104, sold 104. And again, it's on sale and it's all the cutting's done for you. You can see here, I don't know if you can see here, but it shows you what your pieces are and what they've cut. Isn't that great? I'm sure they're likely laser cut to keep them nice and tidy. So that's really great. Carrie Jean, applique, yep, I agree with you. I think it is definitely, but it is cute. Yeah, Kim, I agree. It is really, really cute. All right, this is something fun. We have these up by the cash stand in the store, and they're just the cactus, and they're just the cookie cutters.
Of course, the cookie cutters.
Yeah, they're just a lot of fun. They're just a little fun little cookie cutter, little metal cookie cutter in the shape of a saguaro cactus. It's about 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches. And it's got the nice folded over edge like your metal cookie cutters do. You don't know how to applique? Well, it's actually not as hard as you think. And I have fallen in love with it. I've got a couple of quilts I'm still working on for applique, and I'm still learning all of the things, but it's actually fun. I did an applique one, which was a raw, what we call a raw edge applique, where you just put it down and then you do your blanket stitch around it. And I did it for a little grandniece, and I had it in the show in January and gave it to her when she was here this summer. And it was so fun, because you get to, the thing I love about applique, how many of you know this? You get to work with such fun shapes and create such fun things. I love the piecing and the squares, but I love this little extra layer. And it's really not as hard as you think. When you do raw edge, now I haven't quite mastered needle turn, I'm working on that. But we've got that going. So anyways, back to our cookie cutters. So there we go, that might be easier to see. Is that a little easier to see when it's not in front of my face? But you can see that, like I said, they're about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. They're less than, just under 2 inches, I think. Makes a fun little cookie. They're only $1. They're a great little thing for making some, fun cookies or Play-Doh cutting and stuff like that. All fun with that. So sold $111, $1. Something fun to just pop in there with the rest of your stuff. All right, so we got these incredible Christmas fabrics in, and we decided to put a bundle together for you. They're by Hoffman, and they're just so gorgeous. It's a half yard, and there are 10 half yard cuts here, so 5 yards of fabric. This is sold 100, and the fabrics are just gorgeous. So this one back here is it's a really, it's gonna look kind of gray on the screen, but it's actually a really deep dark green. All right, and then we've got some fun Christmas poly. There's some fun, a little bit of metallic in this too, with some snowflakes.
Yeah, those
some
silvered metallic fabrics.
In fact, I'm gonna take the bow off. It all comes with this great little curated bow. Thank you, Naomi, for getting that all curated up for us today. I'm gonna take the bow off just so you can see the better see the fabric a little bit better. But yours will come with a bow. We like to make our curated bundles fun. So you can see this is a little bit of some red holly berries, and then the berries with the leaves. The berries with the leaves. This is just a fun white, silver on white print. And then this is a dark red with the silver scrolling. It's got a little bit of metallic sheen to it. And again, another light colored one with a little bit of winter scene, a little bit of sheen. A silver and black stripe in there. That's all metallic. Okay, who loves metallics? I adore metallics. I love the shine. I love the pop. Tell me if you like them or who likes them. Say, I like metallics, or drop a heart if you like metallics. And then look at this with those beautiful, beautiful retro ornaments. How many of you grew up with ornaments like that? Aren't they beautiful? And all with the holly berry again to match the rest of the, Naomi loves them. I love metallics. This one's a little more, slightly grayer than the others. Not quite as white, a little more gray, like a little bit, just teensy bit smoky, foggy gray, pretty gray. And then this one has the bigger flower, and look, this one actually has, I have to open this up, that's why I wanted to do it. This one has the cardinals in them. See the cardinals? Isn't that fun? And then the last one, hey Sherry, you like them too? Oh, I absolutely do. I absolutely do. This is that green fabric, and I think in the camera that's looking a little bit more black, but it's really, truly a deep, deep, deep green. Very, very dark green. Is it looking a little more black on the screen? Can somebody tell me? Because it looks like on my camera that it might look a little bit black, but it is really a very, very dark green. There, if I pull it back here, that maybe you can see how it's a little more green against my gray. Does that look a little bit better? But it's very deep, and it matches that beautiful red. See how those two go together with that silver?
Black.
It does look black. Naomi is saying it does look black. Yeah, Melody, it does look black, but I promise you, it is a deep, deep, deep green. Very deep green. Deep, deep, deep. So anyways, as I said, this is a half-yard bundle of fabrics. So you have 10 half-yard cuts, and I showed you all 10 of them, and that's what you would get is those fabrics. And it's, oh, I've lost my pricing. What does the pricing say up above my head? Sold 100, and it's $59.89 for 5 yards of fabric. So that's just barely over 11 yards of fabric for a metallic. These are by Hoffman, and these are this year's fabrics. Just came in, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, so moving on to something a little more practical. And I kind of thought of this because while we were traveling, we actually did this. RFID. We were traveling, and one of the things we bought was to make sure our passports were protected because they can be scanned now, right? And in fact, when we came in from the United States, I was a little bit bummed because you don't get a re-entry stamp anymore. In fact, I didn't even have to show my passport, believe it or not. They just looked at the screen and did facial recognition and said, okay, you can come in, because then they could see the passport on the screen. And I was like, that's not fun. I want a stamp in my passport. But luckily, we did get a stamp in our passport for Germany and for Amsterdam, because we went through Amsterdam, so we got to get a stamp there. I was so excited. Love getting stamps in my passport. Anyways, RFID fabric. So who knows what RFID fabric is for? Anyone know? Let me know what you think. Because RFID fabric is what will help from scanning your credit cards, or like I said, my passport, anything that can be scanned. And if you have it just in your regular wallet, it's actually at risk of being scanned. And so this RFID fabric
You got the, oh,
yeah. RFID Fabric will block the ability of scammers to scan it when you're just walking past anywhere. You could be walking down the street and they could actually scan it and get your information. Isn't that crazy that that can happen? You can line wallets, you can line bags, you can line totes. It has a copper and nickel coated polyester fabric. It's soft, so it won't make your bags stiff. It has kind of a little bit of a plasticky feel, but it's not stiff. It's soft, but it's kind of like a coated paper feel, but it is soft. So there I'm rubbing it against it. You can hear that little bit of noise. And there's a pretty good piece in here. You'd be able to line quite a bit. I'm trying to see how much there is. It's not telling me how much there actually is. Okay, well, anyways, there's enough here to do several small projects. You could absolutely do several small projects. And there's instructions on the back, a little bit about what's involved. And Carl's gonna open one up and look at the back and see if we can find out how much is in there. But RFID Fabric, it's 42 inches by 8, so basically half a yard, 18 inches by 42. So you can do a lot of lining of totes and bags and things to keep those credit cards safe from scanners. And it's happening out there a lot. So that is something you may want to look at. And to be a way to do it a lot less inexpensively than, I don't know if you've priced RFID wallets, I have. They're often very expensive. This whole fabric piece is $21.99. $21.99 for that half yard of this RFID fabric. So all that safety is in there. Okay. Now, for those of you who are local, we just got in the most wonderful trunk show featuring our Australian fabrics. Who is familiar with Australians, or Aboriginals, sometimes they're called? Anyone? I'd love to hear if you've seen them, if you've touched them. They're incredible. They're absolutely incredible. They're some of my favorite fabrics. And we've just got a trunk show in, and so all of our Australians, while the trunk show is in-house, it's featuring the patterns of Judy Hansen, and while the trunk show is in-house, all of our Australian fabric is going to be 10% off, which you know is a great deal because this stuff flies out the door. It is one of the more expensive fabrics because it does get imported from Australia, which has been a challenge for the last 2 years to get it in. But this is also part of a cottage industry for the Aboriginal people. This is based on the patterns that they use are based on their traditional communications. They're based on the flora and fauna of Australia, and they're just stunning, stunning, stunning fabrics. So has anybody been familiar with them? If you've been familiar with them, pop something in the comments and say that you've seen it, okay? So here's one. This was the one on the top. This also will work really well in desert and Southwest. It's amazing how well it will work. Here's another one. They've all got really interesting names. I can't tell you what all the names are, but they've all got really interesting names. These are cotton, but they are very, very silky. This is a half-yard bundle again, half-yard bundle. This is one of my favorites. This one sells quite a bit. Now, on our half-yard bundles, you may or may not get these exact fabrics because we are getting low on our Australians, but we're still going to put them on sale. This is one that is extremely popular. I think we actually sold some of this today. Oh yeah, Melody, come in on Saturday. The fabric is gorgeous, and you'll see some really cute quilts as well. And then one of these is the project I'm going to show you in a minute. So isn't that a fun one? I just love it. They're so interesting. This one's really interesting. I need to open it up a little because it's called Kingfisher. And you need to see the birds and the fish. Can you see that? Isn't that fabulous? These Australians are, I mean, So soft. Oh, I love touching these Australians. They're just so cool. This one's really cool too. Look at this. This is black and red. See that? Don't remember what that one's called. This one is orange with little circles. And then here's a nice white and black. This one's very popular. And then a black and white. This is our half yard bundle, 10% off. So the price is $64.30 for 5 yards. That's a really good price for Australians. They are not cheap to bring in. And you, when we buy these Australians, like I said, this is a cottage industry for the Aboriginal people. They design them, and this is how they make their living, is with this. And so it's a great opportunity to help that emerging population in Australia to really honor their heritage with these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fabrics. So half yard bundle sold $115, $64.30. That's 10% off, and it is 5 yards, so 10 half yard cuts. All right, our last item is, you're showing up in the background, Carl.
Oh, hi.
Someone isn't aware of where the camera is our projects here. These are the totes by Judy Hansen, and this is part of the trunk show. And we have the fabrics for, the patterns for these. And this one pattern will do all 3 of these bags. So go ahead and pull those down for me, Carl, so I can show them to them a little closer. But one pattern will do all 3 of these bags. And this is a great one that you would want to maybe line with that RFID. Hey, Linda. Michelle's saying hi, Carl. So this is a little tote. Has a little wristlet, zipper, pocket in there. Oh, there's something in there I haven't seen. I better look at that later. We just unpacked this week. Then look at this beautiful tote. Here's an idea of how big it is. It's a fairly nice sized tote. What's that? Maybe 12, 13 inches deep?
Yeah.
And it's got, look at this. It's a braided, can you see that? Can everybody see how that's a braided handle? Laura says hi too. I don't know if you can see how well that is, but it's braided. It is the most interesting thing, and it feels nice and sturdy.
Better on the braid.
I don't know if this one will show it better. This one's also braided. Can you see that a little bit more with the different fabric there? And we may not have these exact fabrics in stock, but we do have a lot of Australians in stock. And we can go ahead and do that. Now this, so you can go ahead and get the Australians, although that half yard bundle will actually get you a long way down the road to making them. Now this particular one is a little bit larger than the first one. Can you see that that's a little bit larger in the camera? Yeah, so it's a little bit larger. It's a beautiful tote. And this handle is just something else. I just love the handle. And she's actually got some pockets in here, some lightweight pockets in there. It's all lined and really, really nice. Braided tote, and this is a Quilt As You Go project. It's a Quilt As You Go project, but I think it's just gorgeous. Now this is just a taste of what's in our trunk show, and the pattern here that we're finishing up with is braided tote, Quilt As You Go, 3 different sizes, pockets and braided handle, and it's pre-cut friendly. It's 3 styles, fun to make, fun to carry. You can do it with fat quarters, so with our half yard cuts, you know, that would get you a lot of your fabric. So glue this together. Sold $110 for the pattern and sold $115 for the fabric. And the pattern is only $9.99 for those 3 projects. Okie dokie. That's the last of our items. As I said, if you're in the app, you can go back and see what's there. If you're on Facebook, you can continue to put sold into their cart for the next 2 hours before you need to check out. And then you can shop the replay once we're done here. I do recommend downloading the app. It's a free app. It does make it a little bit easier to both shop the replay and shop during the actual live. So watch for the replay coming. You can shop that then. You can share that with your friends. But do check out the app. It's a free download, and I prefer. I found comments sold during the pandemic with one of my favorite shops, and I found that shopping the app is actually a little bit easier experience than shopping Facebook. But thank you all so very much for coming tonight. Really appreciate your time and love that you've all been commenting and talking with me. I really miss the interaction with everybody. For those of you who are local, keep September 17th, Saturday afternoon, open. We're going to be celebrating Jelly Roll Day with Moda, and we're going to host an actual Jelly Roll race in the classroom. 28 spots, competing for prizes, and one of them's a really awesome prize. You won't want to miss it. That's for our local people. Website is moving along. Should be coming soon for those of you who are out of the area. We'll be getting that up, and I know I've been promising it for a long time, but boy, there's a lot of work in putting a website together. And then when you travel on top of that, it just slows things down. Anyways, so nice to spend some time with you guys tonight. Thank you so much for your support of Cactus Quilt Shop. We couldn't be here without you. There's Carl in the back. Everybody have a great night, and see you soon, both online and in the store. Good night.